Hey Noah, how's it going? I guess I could change scenes here so you can see my face. Presumably. There we are. Hi. Degro with 15 months. Thank you very much. I've been away for, what, 3 months? And even before that was like a month off before also. So the fact that you guys stayed subbed is unbelievable. And I'm extremely grateful. So thank you. I'm kind of blue. Well, I have white lights and a blue shirt, so and a green screen behind me, which might be, green is kind of bluey. Can we force Burning Vengeance in draft? I mean, if I open one, I'm not passing it, but that's the most I can promise. Or if I guess I shouldn't say that. I could open like a force and just screw myself. But I like Burning Vengeance as much or more than most. I think that's the most I can promise at this point. Clicking the button. Ooh, and the new notification with Catbug. I have some custom stuff for this, but I haven't implemented it quite yet. But that was Mr. Batterskull. OG. 35 months in a row. My god. That is almost 3 years. In a month, it'll be 3 years of subitude. That's outrageous. Outrageous, my man. Burning Vengeance deck is great if you get it, but it's very synergy based. There's like these little mosquito things. I've killed 3 of them so far, and there's one more just around my bedroom. It's really tilting. I think it's because when I went to Costa Rica for a week and a half, I only emptied like one of my 2 trash cans in my room because I didn't. The other one was like paper and stuff, but there must have been something that flies liked in it because I came back and they were like, they're not like fruit flies though, or like normal flies. They like I can catch them. It's weird. Yeah, they might be gnats. I'm not really sure what they are. They're annoying. The worst was so I was listening to a podcast as I'm going to sleep, and I listen to music, the same music as I go to sleep. So I'm listening to the podcast laying in bed, and then I'm ready to go to sleep. So I switch it. I just hit the little thing on my keyboard, and it goes to the music to fall asleep when I'm ready. And so I'm like transitioning from podcast mode to sleep mode. I can feel my heart rate slowing and my consciousness drifting, and then just zzz, inside of my ear. At the most relaxed point you can possibly be. Just. um. Am I supposed to buy packs? I don't know how this works for EMA. For some reason, I opened my trade over here. Oh. Looks like I was already trying to buy packs the other day. Seven. 7, 14, 21 plus 4, so it's break even. Screw you, buddy. I don't know what TI qualifiers is, but good luck in whatever that is. Yeah, the bug freaked me out. Freaked me out good. Like, my heart was pumping too much to go to sleep after. I had to, like, listen to more of the podcast. And calm down for another, like, 10 minutes. It was really bad. Alright. right. Triple Shadowmoor. Now there's a format. Bang. Let's do it. This'll be my third played, and I've watched maybe 10. It'll be my first played online. I did 2 live when Newmont and JF Wong and gang came to Vegas. One of their boys had some flight troubles and came a day later, so I subbed in for a couple drafts. I don't know if Rise drafts are still going. Mosquitoes are the worst. Yeah, Shadowmoor. Hatch broke Shadowmoor. Vindicate. There was a time where this was like the most expensive card on Magic Online because Extended was a format and very, very little of Invasion block was opened. And so it was very rare and like a 4 of staple. Currency TV. Hearts back at you. So I don't know what Vindicate's worth anymore, but yeah, I know it's in Apocalypse, but Invasion Planeshift Apocalypse was the block, and the whole block was very, very little of it was opened. Especially Apocalypse, actually, probably because of the way that the draft formats worked, where it was you know, triple invasion, triple or double invasion, Planeshift, and then 1/1/1. Ooh. Ooh. I could be responsible and take Unexpectedly Absent, but if I pass Flame Jab and go into Burning Vengeance, I'm gonna be real upset. Gonna be real upset. Him is pretty filthy too, but I think you want to be heavier white in your white-black decks because the creatures are white. Yeah, FTK, even those uncommons, Foff was infinite. Vindicate over pacifism. Vindicate is okay. So my theory on these formats is that you should take high risk, high reward cards like this because the playable count is so absurdly high that you're never going to be short playables. So you don't really have to stay open in the traditional sense. Staying open just means not forcing, not committing black white because I have a Vindicate. But it also means that I don't have to take hedgy picks where I take the slightly worse card because it's monocolor because it's going to end up in more decks. Like that type of reasoning loses a ton of value in master sets and things like Cube. Yeah, Deed was infinite. The whole block was just absurd because nobody played. Rager's pretty medium. Kinda want to just take Sea Spell. So I will. Rager's good, but like you can get them later. This looks like a pretty easy pacifism. The Honden of Cleansing Fire is not really good unless you're like red-white control or blue-white nonsense. There's very few like attack your life total aggro decks. Chase Outley's gas. Invasion block. Yeah. Raise the Alarm is pretty sweet. I think that Raise the Alarm is quite poor outside of a very specific like Boros rally deck. Honden. I think the first pacifism is better than the first Honden by a wide enough margin. Blue looks a little open. Could also just take Squadron Hawk and stay the course. Could also take Enchantress and just go off. The Enchantress kind of wants to be green-white, because you have this Enchantress, as well as Argothian at rare, I think. She might be mythic. Plus a lot of the enchantments are green. Guess I'll take Squadron Hawk. It's so early that I think it has enough upside. Glasskite. I think Glasskite was the third best blue card in that pack. Like, I'll definitely play a Glasskite, but I'm not taking it over Departure or Phantom Monster. Oh, this one is not great. Argothian is mythic. Makes sense. I mean, she should be. For financial and limited reasons. Let's just take Memory Lapse. It looks like we could settle into a nice blue-white deck. We could even splash the Vindicate if we want. Blue-white, like Tempo Flyers, is a real deck. Ooh, Ballynock or another Memory Lapse. White main's not great. Field of Souls is, like, pretty deck-specific. But I might just cohort. Niru, you're alive. We're both alive. How lucky is that? I joked, but I actually had a friend pass away a few days ago, which I'm pretty upset about. But that's why the modern video didn't go up this week. I'm gonna have to record it tomorrow. I just didn't record it because couldn't bring myself to. But that depressing fact aside, Digger FM has donated $25. I can't read the message. Oh no! Huh. Oh, I didn't blow it up in time. I'll go to Twitch alerts. I bet they'll have it. Twisted A-Bomb could actually help splash this Vindicate. If that's something I'm interested in doing. Shelter's actually pretty great. I usually want to be more aggressive than a turtle in blue-white. This is more of a blue-black card. Or blue-red. But I don't really need a seal, so I'll take it. I don't really think this thing's playable outside of blue-green. Sure. Thank you all for the condolences and whatnot. Appreciate it. Never easy to lose someone. But we soldier on, or at least try to. But yeah, I had somebody complain about the modern video not going up. And like hours after I found out, like 6 hours after I found out, the video was supposed to go up. And so when it didn't, I got a message like, hey man, where's that video? It's like, really had to hold myself back from just being like, fuck you. But they didn't know, obviously. Alright, the message from Digro FM for his very kind donation of 25 USD. This is going to be a rough week at work, but watching an AJ stream always makes me feel better. Welcome back. Thank you, my friend. I'm sorry that your week is going to suck, but I am glad to alleviate any of that suckitude that I can. And thank you very much. $25. Very much appreciated. Still broke as shit, so it still means a lot to me. Pretty sure DAC is DI. Might be like $20 or something like that. Somebody price check it for me in the chat. I would appreciate it. Somebody pointed out the graphic, the GIF for the alert was that was real pixely. I'm actually like doing my own custom art for it. So ooh, new follows. New custom art for those. I just haven't finished them yet. Oh, it's only $2. I thought it was like 10. Take this thing, I guess. Stag is super strong. Lots of comes into play abilities and the like. Well, Bloodbred Elf is busted. Nothing really for our blue-white deck. Or black, for that matter. I might just Mindless Automaton. Huh. Wow, this pack is bad. For us. Sentinel Spider, Carbonize are two of the top commons. And Bloodbred Elf is obviously busted, but it's hard to be red-green. Could just take the Carbonize. I don't hate Second Thoughts either. Let's take this thing. Dustal, yeah, right? Cokes, how's it going? Thank you, thank you. Wearing my Team Truffle Shuffle shirt. Represent. Bloodbred to Vindicate, that is... Whew, that is sick. Ooh, Intangible Virtue. It's a little late to go tokens. It would have been nice if we had gotten that earlier, though. Could have just gone off. You don't like Lion? I think Lion is okay. I think that Shelter and Bodyguard are both better. But I think Lion is good. I think Lion is a very good sideboard card and very good in, like, Gravedigger Mana War decks, you know, where you have, like, synergies and stuff. But as a protection spell, I don't think it's very good. Guess we just go deep anal. Foff. Foff is game. Sea Spell and Cohort are both great, obviously, but... Especially because you already have a couple pieces of counter magic. Like, being able to pass with counter magic up, they don't play anything worth countering, and then still getting to use your mana on a super powerful spell is very important in these tempo decks. Because part of tempo is, like, not getting hit on mana. Like, taking hits on mana efficiency in the mid-game. Price of Progress sideboard card. I've done that with Dream Twist. Like, super grindy control decks. I'll just, like, board in 2 Dream Twist and mill them. That's pretty sweet. Ooh, Entomb. That thing's worth something, isn't it? I guess not if I'm getting it this late. Oh. Thought it was worth like $5 or $6, but I guess the new printing makes it not so. I actually like Bodyguard quite a bit. But not taking it over Departure. EOT, FOF, YL is how that acronym ends. YL. Looks like we're getting cut from this side, which is good. I mean, not good, but fine, because we have the power, we have the control next. Yeah, Daze is still worth a lot, because a lot of the things driving Daze's price is Popper. But, like, you get a lot of, like, $1 or $2 cards, like the ones aforementioned. Put this thing in my Black Splash pile. There's the bodyguard. Charger. Alright, doing it. Not doing it anymore. We could surfs up, dude. The reanimate stuff. I think I hate this because I just passed Entomb. The lion. This thing is probably the one I want to play against least. Ooh, speculation has 2 hits. And I already have automaton for this effect. I'll go speculation. The lands are so funny because it's like all these super busted cards and then like gain 1 duel. Like when you're used to playing with like this power level of card, you expect your I'll play 2 bodyguards. I probably wouldn't play 3. You expect your lands to be like fetches and duels because you're playing cube, obviously, but not so, as it turns out. Usman the Rad, how's it going? I didn't know that Zenith was broken. Maze of Ith. Maze of Ith is actually very strong. I don't know if it's worth anything, though. Might take it just to play it. But if it's worth something, $2? Yeah, I mean... taking it. Next best is Manowar followed by Squadron Hawk. I mean, I'm just not playing this. Squadron Hawk's one of those things that you can spec on early, but if it doesn't come together, it's fine. Zenith for Roar of the Worm. That's not how that card's supposed to work. Excuse me, got some hiccups. I just went to the store and it is scorching out. Like it's evening and still like 95 degrees outside in Las Vegas. So I got back and was super dehydrated and was like chugging water before I started the stream. I hate this Gargantua art. Get in there, little fella. Well, Firebolt is the unbeatable Busteds. Look, I think Firebolt is in the running for top common, honestly. Flint Jab is obviously also unbeatable. And we get Bad Removal Spell. Bounce lands are just too good to print. Plus, they already did that in MM2, I think it was. Bounce lands are just too good for limited. Like it's not a thing that you can just have in your limited environment and have it be like a balanced limited environment because they're just overpowered. Hey, Candlehawk. Yeah, 104 at 9 p.m. Plus, it's like weirdly muggy, which it's super dry here, but for some reason there's like a little humidity. It was bad. I was sweating. Like, I showered to go out. I was like, I did this in the wrong order. I should have just ran my errands and then come home and showered. Hello. Now I can play a little offense, a little defense, a little special teams. Bang. Wish I had that White Hound in now, but no way of knowing. This thing is actually great. There's a bunch of enchantments worth killing. Plus, I have a couple pacifisms myself. I'd like to not get war priested. Outside is very scary. Also, a lot of the AI needs patching. Huckdom! Ooh, or Departure. I think I need the creature, as sad as that is. Especially the white creature for the cohorts. Because, like, this isn't in my deck. Get another thing for the stag. It is my third flashback spell, but 3 isn't enough to play speculation. You need like 5. But I'll hook him. Hey! I think Cohort is better than Lapse most of the time anyway, but as I just said, we need the creature anyway. Ding. I much prefer Departure to Humble. Just in terms of being less likely to blow yourself out. Like, Departure is not, it requires very little to no setup, but Humble requires, like, a pretty specific set of circumstances to function. To function as you imagine it will, or want it to. Cut this fucking turtle now. Oh! Red was pretty open this draft, but that was not obvious to us at first. Twisted A-Bomb number 2. If I had another Dream Twist, I would take the second Dream Twist. But since I don't. Hey! So now I have to decide to play with A-Bomb, A-Bomb Vindicate, maybe Eye Blights. This card stupefies me. I don't understand why it's in the set. Roho! How's it going? Long time no see. I guess I shouldn't say that to you because that's just true for literally 99% of the people showing up today. But it is good to be back. I played with one of the yeah, exactly. Exactly. I cannot do a 1-year challenge, but the stream is back. I will be back to 2 to 3 streams a week, which is the most I can offer at the moment. So what I want to do here. Probably don't want this, since I want to be proactive. Probably need one more cut. 17 lands. I have this thing and some card draw and whatnot. I mean, 18 land, but Maze is not a land. Obviously can't be a creature, so what's my worst spell? Is it Deep Analysis? Because, like, I can't really do much with the card drawing, and I already have 2 dedicated pieces of card drawing that are both better than Deep Analysis. I only have the 1 discard outlet that's not really profitable with Deep Analysis. So bang. There we go. $12.5. Not quite. Hey, Submarino! Candlehawk, welcome back, my friend. Cheers to you with my water bottle. Much appreciated. Phantom? No, this is an 8-4. Is Phantom better? I don't know. I haven't played any online yet. 10-7 sound good. My counterspell's a little weak, but I really need to play these. I don't think I can go below 7 islands and still play Sea Spell. Could have cut Sea Spell for like deep analysis and played 11-6, but fuck that. Ah, the gas canister. Was just wondering, rather 8-4. Yeah, I mean, I'm broke enough that I should probably be phantoming, but I just sold a bunch of cards that were just like lying around on my account and got like 100 tickets, so I'm feeling like a baller. Blow this up a little for your viewing pleasure. Yeah, Sea Spell, pretty powerful. Pretty good. And 1-drop. Speaking of 1-drop, Tannen, you playing any WSOP events? I haven't seen you this summer. I think the last time I saw you was when we went bowling with Spagnolo. Yeah, Phantom's better for EMA because there's no value online. Alright, good to know. Played a few, did not do well. Bummer. It's a tough game. I've been grinding online again, and I had like a great first 3 days, and then 2 bad days in a row, and was like, why am I doing this? What is the point? And then I had a day. Okay, so this is a whoa. I feel like this card is not good against my aggressive blue-white deck. Just a hunch. What was I gonna say? Oh, so grinding online poker, right? You win a bunch, and you're like, yeah, this is what should happen. Or you lose a bunch, and you're like, yeah, well, this is part of the deal. And it's like, it sucks, obviously, but like you can kind of steer into the pain, steer into the heartache a little bit. But Wrath is the only Wrath, right? I don't know what this person is doing. But the worst is when you grind for like 10 hours and break exactly even, or like lose $5. It's like, I could have read a book. I could have read a book cover to cover and watched a movie, and instead I did this all day and lost $5. Oh, Deluge. I knew about Balance, but Balance is mythic. Is Deluge normal rare? I've gotten to the point that I just, like, don't play around mythics anymore, because you can only do what you can. Oh, you're plat? I'm only... Like, I've only been playing for, like, 6 days, 5 days, so I think I'm at Silver Plus right now, but I'm getting up there. It's also a lot easier to level in cash than in tournaments, and I've been playing almost exclusively tournaments. Yeah, it's all this for nothing. Like, I could have done so much today, and instead... Is this guy in his main phase? What are you doing? This is not the Una's Grace, Emissary Tome matchup, my friend. That was a weird game of Magic the Gathering. What do you do there? Like this, probably. I mean, I'd prefer if it was Jam Day Tome, but I don't know about this one. I haven't played with it yet. Jam Day Tome is my jam, though. No pun intended. In the first GP Costa Rica, the one I top aided, I lost. My deck was not good. It was like 3-color nonsense. It had like Welkin Turn and an 8-drop and Jam Day Tome and like some aggro cards. Like it was just my pool was just terrible and it was the best I could do. And I almost exoed day one. I lost like a heartbreaker game three to Ben S to not exo day one with that terrible deck, and Jam Day Tome was just the juice, just all day. Yeah, Jam Day Tome. Take out Hondon? Hondon seems really good against Dirtle deck. Like, I almost brought in Deep Analysis. Memory Lapse your War Priest. Gaseous Form your Elite Vanguard. Interesting play, Cotton. See if it works out for him. Might go ahead and choose yes. Strong line. Strong line. But I found the play. Oh, he had it. He had it the whole time. Baited. We got baited. Oh, brother. Mindless Automaton sucks because it takes away a lot of F6 value. A4, huh? Alright. I'm probably gonna get second thoughts here. But that's okay. I think you're safe to F6 anyway. If they just play Wrath, I just lose a card if I'm F6'd. No second thoughts. You're gonna use this turn to Tome? This better be like discard Sphinx of the Steel Wind, reanimate it. I mean, not that it matters, but like there has to be some payoff, right? Jim Miles, how's it going? Yeah, but Mono Dirtle is like the exact type of deck that would have a Wrath. Yeah, you keep telling me you're moving, but then not hanging out with me. What's up with that? What's the deal with that? Yeah, it's fine. The economic value of this with the Hondon in play is too high. Just to leave your house. Whoa. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. I'm actually going to play one more land. But that's my last land. Probably for the whole game. Now I'm getting second thoughts. Why didn't you do this last turn? Guess you just drew it? Still weird. But fine. Even though it's like Leaving up blue to represent counter magic is not affecting this game at all, but being able to cast this for 0 might. If you listen to Dark Necessities yet, and design a magic card titled Dark Necessities, I don't know what that is even. So your answer would be no. Ryan needs to hurry up at final table again. You're right, it's on him. I agree wholeheartedly that it's on Ryan to make his, what was it, the 8th, 9th cache of the W SOP. Upkeep tome me. Is there like a madness Swords to Plowshares? I mean, there's normal plow. Oh, the new Red Hot Chili Peppers album? No, I have not. I mean, I'm just gonna. Oh, okay. I was like, thought it was lagging out, but no, it was scooping. And the winner! Ryan's been such a slacker, I know. He's only in 2nd place or whatever for Player of the Year. That fucking Mercier kid is no fucking joke. So I found this thing a couple weeks ago that I wanted to do on stream, and I've been saving it. It is... Let's see if this is showing up. Okay. It is a quiz for the expansion symbols. Now, I have not taken the quiz, but I started to. I tried to, alright? The story is this. I started to take the quiz. I was like 6 or 7 questions deep. I think I got one wrong. And then I like had to pee. And when I came back, it gave me like 1 or 2 more wrong answers. So there's this 15-minute timer, which 15 minutes is plenty of time. But there's also like a sub-timer that's not shown that if you spend too long on one thing, then it just gives you the wrong answer. So that was frustrating. So I X'd out of it and didn't do it. And I was like, I'll just do it for real on stream. And then the other small thing about it is like when you hit play, here I'll hit play, like Urza Saga, like you can click next or previous, which I think resets that timer. I tried to pause the timer, but it like brings up an ad. So yeah, so I want to do this, but before I do, I want you all to try it at home. So I link it in the chat. And I told you the specifics of the rules of it so that you don't have to like fumble through it once like I did and then take it for real. You can just go in and do it. The reason that I'm doing this is because I think I'm going to be really good at it, and I want to see if I can get a perfect, not perfect, I probably won't get perfect, but I want to see if I can get near perfect. But if I do the quiz for you all, then you will have it spoiled for you. So I want you guys to have fun and take the quiz, let me know how you did, and then I will take it myself on stream after that. The portal sets trip me up. The original portal is the wheel. Portal 2 is the like mana wheel, and P3K is the little Chinese symbol. There, I gave you some help. Also, Nemesis era stuff. Well, Nemesis is the battle axe. I don't know what else you mean in Nemesis era. Mercadian masks might be the easiest one because it's literally a mask, like a Zoro mask. Kamigawa sets always get me. The first champions is the like Shinto gate. Betrayers is the shuriken, and saviors is the lantern. Bang! See, I'm gonna crush this quiz. I'm really excited. But I didn't want to spoil it for you guys. Plus, I wanted for you to have a baseline of how easy or hard it is, so you can be appropriately impressed or unimpressed about how I end up doing. Chinese symbol, not the Shinto gate, the Torii gate. That's champions, duh. The P3K symbol is really easy. It's really unique because it has a bunch of white in this symbol. Almost all of the symbols are like 90% black, maybe with a little white, except for like Ice Age and P3K. Took a while back and got like 80, oops, 60, not 80. 60 for only having played from Lorwyn is very good. I've only played like for real since like Saviors ish. Actually, my time hop today is the 9th anniversary of my second Grand Prix, Montreal, where I defeated Ruben Bressler, and that was the first time we met. Um, yeah, Cold Snap is like the white icicles because it's a throwback to the snowflake. You have the core sets. Most of the core sets are easy, especially the M whatevers. There's like a couple that are Roman numerals and a couple that are symbols, and then like M10 through M15 are just that. We got some new follows. Warber JM or Warboo RJM or Warburge M or Warburgem. Fu Manchu is an amazing screen name. And then Candlehawk sub, thank you again. And B Dude, BNER Dude. I'm gonna read it as Beaner Dude, but not as the racial epithet. Weatherlight has a lot of white. Yeah, I guess it's just an outline of a book. You can say the same thing about Tempest, like it's a black cloud with a white bolt. What do you think about red-green goggles for standard? I think it's well situated versus both Savannah Lion and Language decks. I think that it is quite poor. Yeah. I think that if you want to play a ramp, a big mana strategy, the blue-red Eldrazi deck is the superior way to play out that strategy. Urza's sets were tricky too. Saga's the gears, Legacy is the hammer, and the other one is the beaker thing. Alright, has everybody gotten their thing yet? Everybody did their quiz that's going to? I really don't want to spoil it for anyone because it seems like it's fun. Flask, yeah. That's the word I couldn't find. Alright, you're still working on it? No problem. I can wait. I can do it after next round, too. It gives you 15 minutes, but I feel like that's too much time. But not by much. Like, 10 minutes is probably enough time for most people. Because, like, either you know it or you don't, right? So if you don't, then you skip it, and then you'll just, like, get it wrong or figure it out later through process of elimination or whatever. I don't even know the set names. It's Urza's Gears, Urza's Flask, and Urza's Hammer. Downtime is the worst. You mean like tomorrow morning? Or are you talking about Hearthstone? Yeah. Yeah, downtime is obviously not ideal, but the fact that they occasionally fix things is well worth it. Plus, downtime is usually right in my wheelhouse of sleeping. Oh, in between rounds? Well, I mean, they solved that. That's leagues. By playing non-league events, I'm inflicting this upon myself and my viewership, which some would say is irresponsible, but I like drafting and I like talking and hanging out, so I'm okay with the downtime. Normally, when I'm motoing, I'll have like two poker tables and a stream and a mute thing of music or a movie or something playing all at the same time. But double queuing on stream is really hard. Oh, also, I forgot to mention. Some of you that have been around forever, or who were with me from the very beginning, might recognize this little face, or if you're a sub, or if you see the sub icon. Ah, it's Shoma, he's back. His beak is green enough that it's looking a little freaky. The see-through beak is a little much, but last time I was home, I brought him back with me. Pretty happy to be reunited. Yeah, he's also the star of that emote. Yeah, Carlos and Shuhei both loved hanging out with Shoma on stream. It was awesome getting to hang out with Carlos. Also, I think Shuhei's in Vegas a lot, but I've been kind of blowing him off. But now that my life is semi-together and the stream is back, I might have him crash here or at least come over and stream at some point. Yep. Big ol' fluffy penguin with a scarf. No big deal. No big deal. Hank is still in Pennsylvania with the folks. Hank is the like plastic penguin, the like lawn ornament penguin that is in the first few episodes of AJTV. If you're familiar with that, he also was like always in the background of my streams while Shoma would like sit next to me. Missed one. Wow, not bad. 93%, very good. Suck at the Kamigawa symbols. I even said them. Saviors is the lantern, betrayers is the shuriken, and champions is the Shinto gate. Weird question, did all of your VODs disappear somehow? I think they have like a 6-month shelf life on Twitch, no? Maybe even shorter than that? Unless you specifically save them, I think they auto-delete. I'm not sure though. Don't know the specifics of that. I should theoretically just upload, every non-music stream to YouTube anyway. Might do that with this one. Gotcha, Dakota. Yeah, I have some things saved, like on YouTube that are hidden. Like I think I have a Shuhei draft and Carlos story time. I don't know if that one's hidden or not, but a couple of them are. Like, I switched to private because they had music playing or whatever, and I didn't want to get my account flagged. because I uploaded them like 4 years ago when I, didn't really think about really investing in my YouTube channel. But now that I have like weekly or bi-weekly modern videos and a bunch of other projects that I'm working on, that most of which haven't released yet, plus the podcast, the video podcast is coming back soon. I have a couple guests lined up for that. The Warlock Busters, I'm doing another episode of that soon. Plus some of these streams might end up there. So now that stuff is actually going up on the YouTube channel and I'm like actively using it, I wanted to get rid of some of the stuff that got flagged for copyright back in the day, so that I didn't get in trouble. The Carlos isn't hidden. That's good. I think like maybe I hit the Greg Hatch James Gates one. No, it might just be the Shuhei drafts. Yeah. Blockbusters was gas. If my goddamn contestants would ever align their schedules, I could do another one. I have it like 90% written, but it's hard to get 3 Magic players in the same place at the same time, while also having my own life be hard to do, hard to organize. Battle expansion symbols only got 60. 60 is not bad. 60 is not bad at all. How many are there? 90? That's a 66%. That's a pass. It's a passing grade. Uh, 91%. Very impressive. Missed 8, 3 of which you should know. Well, that's the thing, is like there is, even though the clock is like it gives you plenty of time, it's still an added pressure, right? Like you don't have infinite time. I'm really hoping I can get like 89 out of 90. I bet I'm gonna miss one just because I'll have a brain fart. There's a couple that look really similar too. But I'm hoping that I can put up an impressive run. All right, it looks like you guys are finishing up now, so I'm gonna do mine. Bye-bye. Shoma, you gotta go, buddy.